my name's Natalie and I'm going to be showing you how to make banana ice cream today. So I'll start off with the ingredients. This is frozen bananas, obviously. What you want to do is buy your bananas and let them get completely spotted before you freeze them. So then you just peel them once they're all spotted. This is when they're easier to digest and a lot sweeter. And you're going to go ahead and put them in a freezer bag, or you can put them in anything that you like to freeze your stuff in. I don't prefer using plastic on most things, but because we use so many bananas, we go through about 80 pounds, I think, every couple weeks between the two of us. So this is the way that we have to do it, but you don't have to put it in plastic, however it works for you. And we have a bag of organic cherries from Sprouts and a dragon fruit pack, some coconut water, some cardamom, and some cinnamon, as well as some dates from the farmer's market, which is really another way that you can get dates at a good price, because I know a lot of the stores really do overcharge for the dates. So if you get them from the farmer's market, it's a great way to get good quality dates and where you're not paying so much for them. And you can support local farmers, so that's always really good. Let me prop you right here. Excuse me, I don't have a whole bunch of camera skills, so just work with me, I guess, and hopefully with each video we'll improve how we do this. How does that sound? Okay. So what you're going to do is I let the bananas thaw a little bit first. It's just a little easier. You can play around with the texture. I like mine really kind of more solid, as more of an ice cream kind of taste or texture. And Walter really likes them more of a soft serve. So I do a little bit of it in between as a compromise, but you can totally play around with how long you want to thaw out your bananas. Bananas are great. They're anti-spasmodic, and when they're properly ripe, they're really good for digestion. So here, as you can see, I have the bananas in here. And then what I like to do, because I think it comes out creamier, is I like to add the dragon fruit in next. Go. By the way, these are really good. If you have access to fresh dragon fruit, that's awesome. You know, always go with fresh if you can. But this is what we have access to, and it's actually really good. They're really a nice texture. We've never had any problem with them, and they're a reasonable price. So you can get them at most like health food stores. A lot of the Whole Foods carry them, and Sprouts and things like that. So now we're gonna add the cinnamon. Okay. And again, you can play around with how much you want. This is true cinnamon, as opposed to a lot of the store-bought that are Cassie cinnamon. And I'll do more on different spices later, but the true cinnamon seems to be a better flavor. And also, I have read some studies that said that Cassie cinnamon may have a negative effect on the kidneys. So just to be safe, I get the true cinnamon, and of course cardamom. Cardamon's one of those spices where you either kind of really like it or you do not like it at all. So You know, definitely play around with that first before you add it in, see if you like it. But I think it goes really nicely with the dragon fruit, so I like to add it. It's good for many different things. It's very warming. Kind of has a like a cookie kind of taste to it, and it's good for preventing fungus infections and just in general supporting your immune system. So again, I'll go into more stuff on the spices later, but for now, let's just go ahead and I'm gonna add 2 dates. Obviously add as many as you like, but I find 2 is nice for this. Try to get some of the gooier ones. It's gonna be better texture. Okay. And make sure to always take out the pit. And just check for bugs. For the most part, you are not going to find bugs in your dates, but it's always good to take a look. I have found them a few times, and this says nothing about the quality. The thing is, if you're getting organic fruit or organic produce, you're probably going to end up with some bugs, but I always think of it as that's a way for me to know that there's no pesticides in it. So I'd rather have some bugs than pesticides. So go ahead and check. And then, by the way, there's 10 bananas in here, and this is for 2 people. So I suggest starting off with 3 for each person, 3 bananas, just because we kind of worked our way up to eating these many bananas, and it doesn't tend to keep that great in the freezer. I mean, you can freeze it, but it's better eaten fresh. So let me go ahead and put on the Vitamix, and give me 1 second. Just taper it down. Because of the amount of time that I let the bananas thaw, and you don't need to do that. You can totally even put them in almost out of the freezer. I'd say give them at least 4 minutes if you want a harder consistency. Just because when they come straight out of the freezer, they tend to kind of powder when you blend them, and it just doesn't get that creamy sort of ice cream texture that you're looking for. So now I'm going to add the cherries. Cherries are a wonder anti-inflammatory food, and they're super delicious. And I always just take a look. Sometimes with the frozen fruit, you can get a pith or a pit left in the cherries. So sometimes I just take a look just to make sure I don't see anything that might get stuck in the blender. Okay. So we see all the cherries here, and I just kind of push them down before I turn it on. Okay. And I just push the cherries down. Put it on about a And there you go. Delicious, healthy, raw vegan, and cruelty-free. Thank you so much. Have a great day.